Hello YouTube and welcome to another GV anime review. Today I will be reviewing the highly controversial anime Yosuga no Sora. Now if you search for Yosuga no Sora on the internet, almost anything you will find will be negative and say that Yosuga no Sora is about the most improper anime ever to be released. So I decided to give it a watch to see what the fuss was about. Yosuga no Sora tells the story of Haruka Kazugano and his twin sister Sora, as they return to the home where they used to live when they were little after the death of their parents. We then follow Haruka as he gets into relationships with different girls. So Yosuga no Sora is kind of an omnibus anime, which means that we have different storylines taking place parallel to each other. As soon as one storyline ends, we return into the past to start the next one. Let's first discuss the things that I liked about Yosuga no Sora. What I liked the most about this anime was the music. It was very nice and calming music that fitted the scenes perfectly. Also the animation and especially the color palette that was used created the correct mood for each scene. Some scenes were very depressing and the dark color palette intensified that. Most of the times, Yosuga no Sora uses smooth pastel colors, which as the music fits the scenes perfectly. Moving on to the story then. One storyline in particular caught my attention, and that was the one of Akira. I found that her storyline was the most developed and the most interesting of all of them. Which brings me to the character development. Usually a big problem with omnibus animes is that we don't get a lot of character development because the arcs are just too short. Yosuga no Sora managed to overcome that and get some character development in their anime, especially into the form of our main heroine Sora. We see her clearly developing throughout the entire anime, although we return once or twice in the anime. Unfortunately, that development took it one step too far. Now there were a couple of things that I absolutely didn't like about this anime, and unfortunately those are the reasons that this anime is so known on the internet. First very negative point were the last 3 episodes. I am going to be honest, I deliberately didn't watch them because I knew what was going to happen and I didn't want to burn those images on my eyes. The people that have watched Yosuga no Sora know what I'm talking about. If you haven't watched Yosuga no Sora, I'm not going to spoil you here, but I strongly advise that you stop watching after episode 9. Episode 9 also offers a perfectly satisfying ending to the series. I don't know what the creators were thinking when they added those last 3 episodes to the anime. Now the next negative point is related to the previous one. I had an immensely big problem with the overly large presence of sexual content in this anime. I mean, I don't think you can go any more edgy than this and not be considered a hentai instead of an anime. In most romance animes, the climax of the series or the arc is a kiss or a confession. Not that the main character immediately has sex with this girl. Also, the age bothered me. How old were those characters? I'm about 15 years old, something like that. For me, this was completely needless and pointless. So as a conclusion, Yosuga no Sora isn't the worst anime in the world in my opinion. If you can stand the overly large presence of sexual content, then I would say go for it. So I'm going to rate Yosuga no Sora at 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't a particularly bad anime, it also wasn't a particularly good anime for me. Note that this rating is for the first 9 episodes. If you include the last 3, I probably wouldn't even be able to give a score, it would be that bad. And with that I conclude my review of Yosuga no Sora. As usual, you can find a full list of all my animes and reviews over at Anime Planet. I will as usual put a link in the description box down below. If you want me to review a particular anime from this list, please put it in the comments below. Also, if you have a recommendation for me, put them in the comments as well. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, visit me on Facebook and subscribe to this channel for further reviews. I will say arigatou gozaimasu and I will see you all in the next video.